Moving ahead now, a lawmaker from Ondo State has condemned the low participation of women in politics, especially at the number of those who emerged for elected position in the last general election.
Advocacy has details in this report.
Between 1999, when Nigeria returned to democracy, and the last general election in 2019, the highest number of women representation recorded in the Senate was 9 out of 109 senators. That number reduced to 7 senators in 2011. Currently, the Red Chamber has only 8 women among the 109 senators, representing the interests of over 200 million Nigerians. The issue came under scrutiny at a program put together by a member of House of Representatives to discuss issues affecting women. Abiola Makinde believes that these narratives must change, stressing that more women should show interest in politics. The lawmaker and his wife hosted women from Ondo West and East Federal Constituency. He says women should no longer be relegated to the back seat, but given greater responsibilities in the country's political landscape.
And they make sure that we, their husbands, we are fine, we eat very well. But those decisions that they make at home can be elevated to a higher level, to a point where they can make those good decisions at the state level and at the federal level. So I will join with other Nigerians to ensure that our women participate in politics. Gender equality is very, very important.
The event witnessed empowerment of some women, with the wife of the lawmaker saying any government that empowers women has empowered the whole country.
One of the ways that we can empower women is through free skill acquisition program. Like 45% of Nigerian rural women cite financial struggle as one of the order that was keeping them from running their businesses. So financial empowerment is one key. And also skill and training of women is another key to empower women.
Other speakers here believe that the low rate of women who emerge for elective positions should be addressed in future elections. Ayodeji Moradeyo, TVC News, Ondo.
All right, we have in the studio with us the National Deputy Chairman, Association of Local Government Vice Chairman of Nigeria, Folashade Olabanji Oba. It's nice to have you join us right now.
Thank you for joining us.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
Someone in that report just talked about the issue of finances. Certainly, no campaign is cheap anywhere in the world. But is that the crux of why we have low number of women in politics, especially when it comes to positions, political positions?
Well, I think the gap had been there for a while. We had a lot of limitations, cultural and all that, which affected the numbers. But the narratives are changing now. Now, finance is very important, but I think a lot more needs to go into the training to where you emerge as a very good candidate or material, as to say, for the party. Once you are a good material, I mean, the party would definitely invest in you. And so we need to raise more women, even right from when they're young, self-esteem, all those things, the courage, the boldness, it all, and make them have a heart for the people. It is a We the People project. Women are, they're natural nurturers. And so it comes natural when you empower a woman to take care of most of those things. And when you talk about gender, male, female, the impact that the female will make, obviously, it will be a lot better.
All right. Okay, so let me come in now, because the question for me is, speaking from experience, you have been there, you have experienced it over time. So how are you using your experience to help nurture women or encourage them as well to get into these political positions? Because we're talking gender equality, we're talking about the 35% affirmative action. How are you pushing that with your office?
Well, I want to say that I go out, I do a lot of sensitization, we've got the groups and all that, the youth groups and all that, and we try to let them know that, you know, the platform is there, but you've got to also rise up to fill in those positions. Most of our youths, you know, if it's not something that is instant gratification, they don't want to touch it. But you've got to think about value adding first. And once you make up your mind that this is what you want to do, you know, you're going to, the challenges, no matter what, you know it's going to be temporary. And you must see a bigger picture. The bigger picture all the time is your people, the people, you know that you want to represent. You want to make sure that I always want to believe that my home must be blessed. My community must be blessed because of me. And so no matter what goes on around me, you know, I'm ready to.
All right, when it comes to collaboration, is one very good thing, and partnerships is one ingredient in politics. And the women, when it comes to impact and effectiveness, women actually have that power. They move it, because when it comes to voting, they do that voting. When it comes to when the women mobilize for you, that's the end.
Yeah, you're
but
right.
How come the women are not able to come together, pull that impact together as a force, where even the men cannot even stand them if they actually come together, which is a fact?
Well, I talked about bridging the gap. You know, we're where we are, but definitely we're not where we used to be.
Okay.
We're on our way there. That for me.
So things are changing.
Yeah, things are changing for the better. And so the more of us that are able to actually occupy that space, participate, get involved, okay, and know that you're in for the long haul, the better it's going to be for the society at large, really.
Great.
So.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, Folashade Olabanji Oba. Thank you very much. Great. All right, moving away from there now, a lawmaker from Ondo State has condemned the low participation of women in politics, especially at the number of those who emerged for elected positions in the last general election.
Ayodeji Moradeo has details in this report.
Between 1999, when Nigeria returned to democracy, and the last general election in 2019, the highest number of women representation recorded in the Senate was 9 out of 109 senators. That number reduced to 7 senators in 2011. Currently, the Red Chamber has only 8 women among the 109 senators, representing the interests of over 200 million Nigerians. The issue came under scrutiny at a program put together by a member of House of Representatives to discuss issues affecting women. Abiola Makinde believes that these narratives must change, stressing that more women should show interest in politics. The lawmaker and his wife hosted women from Ondo West and East Federal Constituency. He says women should no longer be relegated to the back seat, but given greater responsibilities in the country's political landscape.
And they make sure that we, their husbands, we are fine, we eat very well. But those decisions that they make at home can be elevated to a higher level, to a point where they can make those good decisions at the state level and at the federal level. So I will join with other Nigerians to ensure that our women participate in politics. Our gender equality is very, very important.
The event witnessed empowerment of some women, with the wife of the lawmaker saying any government that empowers women has empowered the whole country.
One of the ways that we can empower women is through free skill acquisition program. Like 45% of Nigerian rural women cite financial struggle as one of the order that was keeping them from running their businesses. So financial empowerment is one key. And also skill and training of women is another key to empower women.
Other speakers here believe that the low rate of women who emerge for elective positions should be addressed in future elections. Ayodeji Moradeo, TVC News, Ondo.
All right, we have in the studio with us Honorable Princess Folashade Olabanji Oba, National Deputy Chairman, Association of Local Government Vice Chairman of Nigeria. It's nice to have you join us right now.
Thank you. Good morning.
You look great, I must say.
Thank you. You too.
Now, we've talked about the issue of women participating in politics for a long time. How much are things changing, or how much are things remaining the same?
Well, I guess we can't talk about it enough. The numbers, not encouraging, but at the same time, I'm not just going to advise the women, I want to plead with the women to actually occupy their place. I want to say family first, yeah, but every family has their representation, starts with the mother, for me, the nurturing, the training and all that. And so you want to extend that to your community, the state, and at the federal level. Now, no pain, no gain. If you don't participate, you cannot engage. It's not easy for you to, make a wish and just want to appear.
But we see women participation when there are calls for campaigns, the politicians, use them. They are at the forefront of championing the cause of particular parties.
They even
She
vote
said the
more.
politicians use them.
They even vote more.
No,
They vote more.
Yeah,
But
the
what is
numbers
it
are
about
more.
Yeah, the numbers are
representation?
more.
Is that a challenge?
Well, a lot goes into the margins of a candidate, okay? But first it starts at the party level, the party that you align yourself with. And I can talk for my party because everybody knows what goes on in their home. The policies and all that, for me, in the All Progressive Party, it's gender friendly. But most times you still have that fear, insecurity and all that issues that limits you. And then the finance and all that. But if you don't step out and say you're there, you are available, power is not served a la carte. You've got to actually do more than just making a wish. You've got to be involved.
All right. We have to leave it here now, but this discussion will continue because there are areas that we would like to look at. And I certainly know that my viewers and our viewers would like you to touch on several areas that concern them. Thank you very much, Folashade.
Thank you, sir.
Olabanji Oba, for coming on the program.
Thank you.